This game is hard. There. Review's over. What are you still doing here? Get out of here. Go home. Wait. Don't go. If I end the review there, I wouldn't be accurately representing this game's difficulty. Words alone can't describe it. Just watch, witness, and tremble. I mean, the game kills you at the end of the tutorial. I know, right? Yes, it's unanimous. Demon's Souls isn't easy. Having said that, I've played this game more than any other PS3 game I own. I bought this game 2 years ago and still play it on a regular basis. It's a case study in masochism. So if you survive the stress of the intro video, you start by naming and customizing your valiant meatbag. Then it's time to choose a class, so you can have class when you die. The class system is actually kinda cool. Class only determines what you start with. Every class can learn every spell and equip every item. But here's a pro tip. Choose royalty. They start with a tiara that increases mana and a ring that replenishes it. As you'll come to learn, magic is pretty important in this game. After you create your character, exposition begins in the form of an old lady's voice and a slideshow. Basically, a king tried to harness the power of souls for good, but then accidentally released the old one, imprisoning the kingdom in fog, thereby screwing everyone over. And you're the brave warrior who's gonna save that kingdom, yeah! The story isn't exactly original, but luckily for the player, the game is only bookended by the story. It's very cutscene heavy at the beginning, but not really in the middle, and again at the end, so it really doesn't get in the way of the game. Even though you died, the game doesn't end. You're transported to the hub zone, aka the Nexus, and persist in soul form, having half your health. As if this game isn't hard enough. The Nexus connects to 5 different worlds, each with 3 levels and 3 bosses. You can beat the worlds in any order you want. If you do happen to beat a level, you reclaim your body and your missing health with it. The Nexus also contains a blacksmith/shopkeep.
The name's Baldwin, just an ordinary blacksmith.
Some magic teachers, and a couple of other people on the verge of sanity.
Well, you slipped through the fissure too, did you? You came for demon souls? Or to save this land and be remembered as a hero?
Once you decide to leave the Nexus and begin your death venture, you'll find the game controls extremely well. Every battle is like a horror movie. It's satisfying because it's terrifying. There's no real combo system to speak of. but the game often throws large amounts and many types of enemies at you at once, which forces you to change up your tactics. The game allows you to equip a second item in each hand, which can be switched to with the press of a button. A typical encounter consists of fighting a couple guys melee as a squad of archers or mages fires from just off screen. Then there's times when you fight one wickedly crafty enemy that just pisses you off because you have to be so patient. The enemies hit hard, and your health doesn't regenerate, so you've got to master combat pretty fast, or just use magic and arrows. Also, backstabbing never gets old. But that's not why you play Demon Souls. You play Demon Souls for its online component. It works almost like an MMO, except there are no profanity-ridden chat windows. As you walk around the many varied environments, white specters fade in and out of view. Those are other players playing in their own respective games. While you can't interact directly, you can write predetermined messages on the ground, which appear in other players' games. These can be warnings about upcoming hazards, hints about unseen treasure, or sometimes just stupid random stuff. The system rewards participation by allowing players to recommend your messages, which in turn replenishes your health. Therefore, everyone participates, which makes for a thriving online community 2 years after the original release. The online game doesn't end there. When in soul form, you can use an item which allows you to be summoned into another player's world as a blue phantom. If you successfully beat the boss of that level in the other person's world, you're transported back to your own world with your body. Conversely, you can also invade somebody else's world as a black phantom and attempt to kill them for your body. Once again, the unique system fosters a lot of participation, which means you're always on the lookout for invading black phantoms. Oh shit. So you've beat a couple bosses and invaded some worlds. As a result, you've probably amassed a bunch of souls by now. The souls are the currency of this game. You use them both to upgrade your weapons and buy new ones, but you also use it as experience points. And that is the sole reason why this game is so difficult, because your experience is also your money, and that if you die, you lose all of it. Now you can go to where you died and get your souls back, but if you die again before you get them back, then they're gone for good, which sucks. I could literally go on for hours about how good this game is. The boss battles never force you into one method of attack. The sound design rivals that of horror movies. The weapons in the game just straight up look cool. I mean, there's so much good stuff with this game, but yeah, you guys get the point. Demon Souls is just as good as it is hard. It rarely feels unfair to the player. And while the game might come off as unpolished for some, it's down to $20 as of this recording, and the online servers are staying up for at least the rest of the year. As of this recording, the game's spiritual sequel, Dark Souls, is imminent. It looks to be much of the same, only harder. So you might as well get acclimated to sucking with this game. It's Demon Souls, the only game that makes you feel good as you're dying. Yeah.